A new chapter of leadership begins as recently elected officials take their oaths of office during the Winnebago County elected officials installation ceremony.
Family members and community leaders attended the event to mark the start of a term of progress and collaboration by the new and returning elected officials of Winnebago County. The ceremony was held in the Veterans Memorial Hall, featuring the traditional administration and oaths by Honorable Chief Judge John Lowry. Among those sworn in is newly elected 16th District Winnebago County Board member Christina Valdez, who hopes to create meaningful change for the residents of Winnebago County.
It was a lot of door knocking, a lot of really engaging with the community. I really made sure that I got out there to hear the needs of not only the 16th district, but the county as a whole.
It's always keeping a mind towards serving the community. At the end of the day, we're all here to, anytime you're elected anything, you're serving the people of the community. So making sure that the circuit court works for everybody who appears in front of it.